Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:50 and Eddie Money with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Cloudy today with a high of 69, giggity. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 56. It's 42 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is... Oh, Jesus, listen to that.
Oh, look at that, Peter Brady.
I know.
What's going on? Time
Hollywood
to change.
Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
The trailer for the upcoming season of Ted Lasso reveals that Ted Lasso will be coaching AFC's Richmond's new women's team after returning from the U.S. The new season will be see familiar faces like Rebecca, Keeley, Coach Beard, Roy Kent, Higgins, and Mae Green. However, Jamie Tart may not return as a series regular. New additions to the cast includes Tanya Reynolds, Faye Marseille, and Grant Philly as Ted's son Henry. I'm actually really excited about this.
I love the show, but it'd be kind of nice to see him go back to the old team and, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's a new team. It's like Major League 2. You know, it's the same Cleveland Indians, but all the personalities have completely changed.
I guess.
Got a little air of arrogance about them now that they won a pennant, and then, you know, and then I'm looking forward to it. One of my favorite lines from that show was towards the end where he didn't have like a speech to give anybody. He didn't have any words of encouragement. He just said, like Michael Flatley at 11:59 p.m. on St. Patrick's Day, I'm all tapped out.
I love that show.
It's little like lines like that throughout that show that were really funny. Really funny. But they get glossed over because there's so much other stuff going on in the show. But very well written. Let's see. Taylor Swift recently addressed rumors of a feud with collaborator Jack Antonoff. What? You did what? Jack did what?
Antonoff.
Stating that he is one of her best friends. The speculation arose due to Antonoff's absence from Swift's latest album, Life of a Showgirl. Swift explained that their working relationship involves a creative process called the Rant Bridge, which has been integral in their successful collaborations. Despite working with different producers on her latest album, Swift emphasized that there is no issue between her and Antonoff, and she has a long history of collaboration with him. So stop making rumors.
Okay, I'll stop.
Bruce Springsteen will be honored with the 2026 Harry Belafonte Voices for Social Justice Award at the Tribeca Festival in June. The award recognizes artists who actively use their platform to advance equality, dignity, and human rights. The event will feature a conversation between Springsteen and Bono, with Robert De Niro and Patti Smith also in attendance. You know, one of my sisters went and paid $1,100 to go see Bruce Springsteen down in New Jersey.
Right.
And, it's very anti-capitalism. Yet his helicopter picked him up from the show afterwards. And I go, I can see where he's coming. A man full of struggle is struggling so hard that his small helicopter picked him up from the venue.
He's gone from being the boss, like mid-level management, to a corporate CEO.
Yeah.
That's what he's become. He's not just the boss. He's the CEO.
Yeah. It was just kind of ironic that you would put out a message the way you put out a message and then get in your helicopter and fly away.
What was the description you had about what the award is?
It's about social justice or something. I don't know.
About artists using their platform. You know what I really hate? Artists using their platform for social justice.
I told you. It's the same when I went to the Kid Rock concert. Like, I'll never go again. Just because of the fact that my experience with Kid Rock was, all that stuff we listened to in college. Like, that was music from my college years. And we're like, oh, cool. Yeah. Now we get to go see the guy. And then it turns into a 45-minute indoctrination in the middle of the show. It's like,
I mean, if I'm going to spend 1,100 hours to see any artist, the last thing I want to do is feel like I just got through a TED Talk.
Yeah,
or through a political action rally.
Yeah, it's like, dude, come out on the stage, sing Cowboy or sing Born to Run or whatever the hell song you're going to sing, and get off the stage.
That's it. That's all I really want out of it. I don't need to be sitting there for 5 hours waiting for you to get through all your political beliefs.
Because here's the other thing. of all of the people who have come out and have been outspoken in their, because they're music artists and they've been outspoken about their politics or whatever, what any of that has made any difference in the trajectory of how things go?
Bono believes he's changed the world 4 or 5 times by now.
He might have. He might have contributed to, I know there's a lot of good groups that they support and do, but then the whole, the rest of it is just like...
Yeah, but every time I see Bono, my immediate reaction is, oh, Christ, here he goes again.
Roger Sweet, the creator of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, has passed away at the age of 91 after battling dementia. His iconic 80s action figure design helped shape the animated TV show He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Survived by his wife Marlene, Rogers' GoFundMe for dementia treatment costs exceeded its goal. Is that crazy how shows that were so successful and the perception of people thinking, damn, these people who created this thing must make a shiznit ton of money.
No.
Yeah.
They really don't.
His death comes before the release of a new live-action Masters of the Universe film featuring Alison Brie, Kristen Wiig, Jared Leto, and Idris Elba.
If someone has signed a contract of any kind, they made no money. You can bank on it.
Probably.
There's probably like 5 or 6 people that actually made money through an entertainment contract in the world, and I'm pretty sure that guy isn't one of them.
One of the, Transformers movie.
Yes.
When T.J. Miller talking about how much he made on Transformers. $75,000. Because it was union scale for his role in that movie. The movie made over $1 billion worldwide.
$75,000 sounds like a lot of money until you realize what a small portion of the proceeds actually wound up going his way.
Yeah. It's all on perception, I guess. That's like we make a lot of money. Wasn't that funny?
Yeah, that makes me laugh deep inside.
And let's see what Kim is up to. She's posted a series of elegant photos from her vineyard getaway in Napa Valley, showing off wine tastings, rolling hills, sunset dinners among the vines.
She just had something to say.
Oh my God, the last time I had that much wine and grape in my mouth was when Ray J uncorked his corkscrew and let me sample his Cabernet Splusion in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95. Do you ever have Cabernet Splusion?
I try to resist. Caitlin?
How about a Spurlot? Have you ever had a Spurlot?
Never had that either.
Oh, I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once gave her a full-bodied pour with hints of nutmeg, oak, and ball sweat. I swirled, sniffed, and let her legs breathe while I slid my tongue deep into that decanter.
Oh, my God. What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is after finishing my flight, I left her palate coated. And we both walked away with legs so wobbly we looked like 2 glasses about to spill. The sommelier flagged me for overpouring. Oh, your mother. And that is your Hollywood Trash. I'm Rock 102. Ugh.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware with Scott's 4-Step. 4 easy steps to an awesome lawn.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the NBA Draft Lottery is coming up on Sunday, May 10th on ESPN. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with this tradition, it's the annual event in which 14 of the very worst teams in the NBA learn which team gets the first pick in the draft. The lottery chooses the top 4 picks, with the rest of the order determined in reverse order of each team's regular season record. The worse you are, the better your chances in the draft. As of right now, Washington, Indiana, and Brooklyn are locked up in a 3-way tie for the best odds of getting the first pick at 14%. All things considered, those are fairly generous odds, but what does it take to get there? For some, they just have to play to their inabilities during the regular season. But for others, there's the belief that some teams intentionally tank their regular season for the sole purposes of increasing their chances in the draft lottery. The NBA believes this dilutes the product and gives the illusion that the NBA is nothing more than a phony scam. Well, according to the NBA, they are considering new changes for 2027 to the NBA Draft Lottery that they believe will neutralize teams from tanking. Specifically, the NBA is considering expanding the draft lottery to include 16 teams to even the odds. However, the bottom 3 teams will be given less ping pong balls in the hopper, decreasing their odds at making the number 1 pick. If you miss the playoffs, you get 3 balls. Teams at the bottom 3 get 2 balls, and everyone else gets 1 ball each. So what does any of this mean? It means that if you're going to tank your season, you're going to have to do it honestly, like playing like straight-up garbage the old-fashioned way. Sure, I suppose there'll be new strategies that'll come around that'll circumvent the odds, but since basketball is already a watered-down product being ruined by reckless three-point shooting and bad officiating, I suppose you'll hardly be able to tell when a team is taking a dive for more ping-pong balls. I suppose you just have to keep your eyes open and see what happens. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, the Ego Battery Power Push Mower and Ego Rider Mower. Excellent deals with Ego's Power Plus Savings Event at Rocky's. And Rocky's delivers and assembles your Ego mower for free. Go to Rocky's, get an Ego. I'm Bax, that's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 6:11 and Rush with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be today cloudy with a high of 69. Giggity. Tomorrow, rain showers with a high of 56. It's 42 right now in downtown Springfield.
Let's see. We got so much going on today. I hardly know where to begin. Let's begin right now, shall we?
Sure. Let's talk about how awful school fundraisers are. And, these ideas that companies come in and say, hey, we'll take care of your school if you just buy our stuff. And they've done it over the years. It was candles. Mm-hmm. Yankee Candle was another. And when you look at the numbers, you're only getting like 3% of the total sales of the thing. And my always thing was, well, why don't we just do like community fund, I don't know. You could do a comedy show. You could do a music thing. You could do any number of different things in order to raise the money. That way, all the money goes directly to the school. Versus, here, let's get Chipotle. This is the thing. On May 4th is the fundraiser. I don't know what it's for.
Okay,
but we have to go to Chipotle to buy stuff because 10% of the proceeds will be going to whatever.
Okay.
It's the school or the band or whatever the hell it is. And it's just like, why do you have to pick some place that's so pricey to do these
Steve,
things?
what would you rather do?
I'd rather go like 7B's does it all the time. They
Sure.
do it every week. There's always some charity that they're donating the money to, but that's at least a local-based business versus this national chain that charges $22 for a burrito and some chips and a soda.
Yeah, but have you noticed that most of the times it is a chain restaurant that gets involved in it? And I think the reason why is they had the infrastructure to do all that complicated math, whereas the regular mom and pop may not be involved in the accounting of all that.
I don't know about that because a lot of the IRS has forced a lot of these businesses now to install these systems like these what are they called? POS systems, not piece of
POS.
It's point of sale.
What kind of places are you eating at?
Well,
you didn't say Chipotle.
Well, I was going to say Applebee's definitely has one of those systems.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the idea that you're forced to go to a restaurant, I don't like Chipotle.
Steve, you're going to find this hard to imagine. It ain't about you. And yeah, I would almost rather go to a restaurant that I have like a mediocre feeling about than having to have my kids sell something 10 times a year.
Yeah.
I would much rather go to a restaurant and eat a meal for the purposes of benefiting a school than have my kids sell candles and then cookies and then wrapping paper and then the next thing and the next thing. When my kids were in school, and they went to like a small private Catholic school for their elementary years. Mm-hmm. It was like one fundraiser after another.
Well, that's the Catholic thing, too.
Well, it's not just the Catholic thing because, a lot of other schools were doing it as well. And the problem is your kid is constantly selling to the same people all the time. It's like grandparents and uncles and next door neighbors to the point where it becomes kind of burdensome. I'd almost rather spend the money at a restaurant where I know the money's coming from me as opposed to relying on my parents on a fixed income to feel compelled to buy candles and cookies that they really don't need.
I think they should say, how much are you going to spend at Chipotle? $30. Just give us the $30. We save your gastrointestinal system, and all the money goes right to the kids.
Yeah, you've benefited the kids, and you get to go home with listeria.
Yeah, it's. I remember when I was a freshman in high school, and I think I've said this before. We sold beach towels.
Yeah,
in the middle of upstate New York, we sold beach towels because the need in central New York
there's
for
so
beach
much
towels.
beachfront property in a landlocked, mostly landlocked state.
I mean, yeah, granted, there's lakes and all that other stuff, but it was presented as, well, people going on summer vacation. Well, most people went on summer vacation to the mountains.
Yeah, most people couldn't afford the summer vacation because they spent so much damn money on beach towels.
Yeah, and I was like, what a dumb idea. And then it turns out they did the whole fundraiser. I sold one beach towel. I think to my mom. And then, but like a lot of these other kids, they sold quite a few of these beach towels. And they're like, and the grand total we collected is $180 for your class.
This is what sucks. Let's say your kid is going to school and there's a fundraiser and they got to sell something terrible, like a box of those cheap chocolate bars.
Oh, God.
The ones where the chocolate is really not that good. Uh-huh. And then, but your kid's also involved in other things. Let's say they're involved in a soccer team. Well, all of a sudden, the kids in the soccer team have got to sell the same crummy candy bars as you did in the school. And let's say your kid's involved in another event or program or sport, and all of a sudden they have a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And the school decides, well, you know what? The last fundraiser we just had was so successful. Let's do another fundraiser. Suddenly, you're doing like 15 fundraisers per year per kid. To me, it's like, listen, if you really want to get money for your school, I'll write you a check rather than put my kids in the awkward position to go shake down everybody they know in the family so they have like their crappy, so that their diabetic grandfather can enjoy all that chocolate bars.
Exactly. And at least when I was a kid and we did like the Boy Scout sales, you'd go door to door. They don't do that. Nobody does that anymore. And if somebody does do door-to-door, there's something sus about that.
Oh, my God, yes.
There was a kid last year who came through town, and he was a college student selling encyclopedias. And I go,
when was this?
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah. And then
first of all, who the hell is using encyclopedias?
That's exactly what I want to know. And I was, listen, all of a sudden, I'm like mowing the lawn. And all of a sudden, I turn around. There's this kid in my driveway I also think that there might be a scam thing going on here, too.
You don't say.
Yeah, because anybody who, he's playing the part. He's got the bag on his side with the strap over his shoulder.
Right.
Crossed down his torso. And I'm like, you look like you're up to something nefarious. You look like a guy who would put on a construction vest to pretend you're a construction worker.
As if you're going to start working on things now.
And the kid he couldn't even get 2 words. And I was nice to him. I was just like, hey, no, I'm not interested. Are you sure? Because no, I don't. I'm not revealing any information about how many school children. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. And it was just like, who's reading encyclopedias and who is buying these? There clearly has to be some sucker out there that has bought these in order for this, even if it is a legitimate thing, it's successful enough that somebody bought it.
This would be like door-to-door blacksmith supplies. I mean, first of all, who's a blacksmith anymore? And then secondly, what are you going to do with that? 2 days ago, this absolutely true story. Some kid comes to my front door. He's got like these, almost like these like navigating, supplies, these equipments, like one of these, measuring things on a wheel.
Yeah.
And he knocks on the door and wants to know if I would be interested in purchasing solar panels. And, the solar panel industry apparently is really hooked up on door-to-door sales. And I immediately say to the kid, listen, I'm not interested in solar.
Yeah.
And the kid starts, rather than just say, okay, well, thank you very much for your time, he starts, hitting me with a bunch of questions like, well, could you tell me why you don't want solar? I said, dude, do you really need me to tell you the reason I'm not going to talk to you about solar? Yeah, I'd like to, let's have a discussion. I'm like, first of all, I don't know who you are. You've come to my door. You've got supplies that would suggest you're looking to install solar panels right here
Today,
and now.
yeah,
There's
today.
no car in the front yard, so which means you're hitting every house in my neighborhood.
Was he on like an e-bike or a scooter? I've seen these
Dude,
freaking people.
he-
Was he
there was-
wearing a vest?
He was wearing a vest.
Yeah,
but there was no vehicle anywhere.
So I've seen these people like riding around neighborhoods, and they say on some of the they're in like construction vests.
Yeah.
and they're riding those electric scooters, and like on the back it says survey team or something, like they're part. And what you just described with the guy with the measuring tape and all
Yeah.
that stuff, they're like hanging out, and I'm like, well, who are these people? And
I for the life of me, anyone who's coming to the house that wants to install something on my house, around my house, or in my house is never going to get in my house.
And that's the art of the scam. If you look like you're playing the part, there's somebody out there who's going to fall for that. This is like the same. I didn't even have a guy come to the door. I invited the guy to come over to a few years ago for the gutter guards on my house, because I stupidly put my name into something at a show.
Yeah.
And then the kid shows up and he's like, "Yeah, well, we can do this for $5,000." And I'm like, "Get the hell out of here, $5,000." And then and then he goes, "Well, if we put a sign in your yard, we can knock it down to like 3,800, right?" And he's
Right.
the numbers going down. And I'm like, "That's some pretty hefty advertising you got there, pal."
Yeah, a pretty heavy markup.
And then he goes, "Well, actually," because I keep saying no. And then he finally goes, "Well, we have a job in this area this Saturday. We can do it for $2,200. You started at $5,000.
Right.
You are now down to less than half of what you initially started at," making me go, "Well, how much are these things really worth?" And then going on HomeDepot.com, it's $200 for the box. You got to do it yourself.
But still,
Is the labor worth? My house isn't that big. Is the labor worth, $20-something $100? And I said, "Where is the job near my house?" And he goes, "Cheshire." And I'm like, "Have you looked at a map?"
Chester's not exactly
it's an hour,
near your
it's
house.
It's an hour away from my house. That's not near
Yeah,
my
we're working
house.
on your neighbor's house. Oh, really? Which one? The one in Framingham.
So here you go. Just be mindful of the people trying to sell you stuff.
It's 6:23 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
For your business to grow, you need customers.
Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam's got the full forecast for you.
Pat Kelly and the Rock 102 Road Crew are going to be at Fitzgerald's Foods in Simsbury on Saturday from 10 to noon for a sidewalk sale. It's going to be pretty damn cool. Got exceptional savings on items that you love, and you can enjoy a hot dog and a soda for only $1, with proceeds benefiting local charities. Stop by Rock 102, the Rock 102 table. Say hi to Pat and the Road Crew. Your chance to win some pretty cool prizes. That is Saturday, 10 to noon at Fitzgerald's Foods, 710 Hope Meadow Street in Simsbury from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
What else? You ready to laugh or what?
Yes.
All right, let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you,
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
A pirate walks into a bar with a small steering wheel attached to the front of his pants. And the bartender says, "Hey, you got a small steering wheel attached to the front of your pants." And the pirate goes, "Arr, I know. It's driving me nuts." Yeah! He's driving me nuts because it's on the front of his pants.
hilarious.
And
It's right
going
there in his
crazy.
pants.
And oh, man.
That's
these are
great.
Really good. $20
That's
dinner and a
funny.
comedy show Thursday night at Shortstop.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
Halfway.
6:30 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aqua Pump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Two of the region's healthcare systems have agreed to join forces and integrate one system into the other. In a statement released Tuesday, Bay State Health and Trinity Health of New England said they have signed a definitive agreement to transition Mercy Medical Center, its affiliates and medical groups into Bay State Health. Trinity Health in New England will still own and operate Brightside for families and children and continue to own continuing care services, including Mercy Life, Mary's Meadow at Providence Place, Beaven Kelly Home, and St. Luke's Home. This is an investment in both the past and the future of healthcare and economic development in Western Massachusetts. Today, access forces too many patients to leave the region to seek care, and we need to ensure that care is compassionate, high quality, affordable, and local.
Who is that?
Bay State Health President and CEO Peter Banco.
That doesn't sound like Peter Banco.
How do you know what he sounds like?
Because Peter Banco sounds like 15 other people. All you have to do is read his memos.
He's like, you know what? In the spirit of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, he could play Manny Faces.
He probably
changes
could.
his face.
The more I think about this, I mean, this was probably inevitable.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering...
Inevitable?
Inevitable.
Yeah.
Remember when Mercy decided that pregnancies are not a real popular thing, don't happen here very often, they're very rare medical procedures, and they stopped doing delivering babies at Mercy?
They closed the whole birthing center, I believe.
Yeah, well, no one's having babies anymore. Anyway, it's kind of like, bloodletting and leeches.
Yeah.
The writing should have been on the wall when that happened, that something was amiss. That's a big money maker for hospitals. And so you have to think, well, I wonder if this had been talked about for that long of a period of time. Because, we've known people that have worked at Mercy who have, there was some changes. We talked to Dr. Mark Kenton. He talked about the changes that forced him to leave. And, it's not entirely Mercy's fault. It really is kind of the state of healthcare and hospitals and everything else. And I'm just wondering, is from a patient's perspective, is this the best thing, or is this just something you're just going to have to endure?
I don't know. I blame Mercy all the way.
Well, I mean, I'm not really pointing fingers. I mean, there's a management company.
I will point the finger for you.
Sure. Well, you can do whatever you want with your finger. I'm just saying that there's a management company that took over Trinity, and it has not always worked out for the best for people who work there. In fact, it may have been worse. So I don't know if this is good news or bad news. I hate to think of a hospital closing and then putting everybody who's sick or waiting for emergency room care to have to wait even longer as a result of it. So it'll be interesting to see what they do moving forward.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't really have a lot of faith in the healthcare system to begin with. So, as far as how far your dollar stretches,
some people do pretty well with it.
Yes,
some people heal,
like Peter Banco. I'm sure he's healed many times over.
Right, but I don't believe his problems are medical.
Pissfield firefighters have reunited a cat with its owner after it got stuck in the tree. Are you telling me your pussy cat got stuck up in the branches?
Actually, Steve, I believe it's pronounced Pittsfield.
No, it's pronounced the way it smells. Witnesses say the pussy cat was about 30 feet up in the tree on Francis Avenue for days, unable to get down by itself. So a probationary firefighter broke out a ladder and managed to coax the cat towards her before bringing her back down to earth where an animal control officer was waiting. I wonder, he's probationary. I wonder, we'll send the new guy up to get the cat out of the tree.
Oh, you always send the new guy. You don't send somebody who's experienced or anything like that. Please.
The pussy cat is a little malnourished after being stuck up there for so long, but luckily it's expected to be okay.
A very hungry, thirsty pussy cat.
I thought they didn't do that anymore.
No, they do it.
They do it sometimes. There's times where they're not going to come out and do that. There's a cat stuck in the tree.
Well, I mean, if they got other calls to make, like if they have to bring someone to a hospital, like Mercy, they probably don't have time to get every cat out of every tree in town.
I was with a firefighter one time when a woman asked, "Hey, how come the fire department didn't want to come out and get the cat out of the tree?" And he goes, "Did you ever see a skeleton of a cat in a tree? They'll come down eventually."
That is true.
Yeah.
Very rarely do cats stay in trees permanently.
The problem is they're built to climb. They're not built to descend, you know.
No, but they have a skeletal structure that if they were to jump off of something,
Yeah.
you know, the way that a cat's physiology is, they can land without crushing every bone in their body. Now, if you tried doing that, if you tried jumping out of a tree because you couldn't get down, the only way to do it is to leap to the ground. You'd crack your pelvis, your ankles, your kneecaps, your elbows.
Back in the day when I was, if I had some Jack Daniels in me, I could jump out of a tree, no
problem.
problem.
It's the only way you would have survived.
10 feet tall and bulletproof.
That's it.
Yeah. But yeah, I've never seen a dead cat in a tree before.
Well, you bring up a very good point.
Yeah, I don't know. People just seem to freak out. It's like they're animals. They can figure it out.
People love their cats and their dogs. And if a dog is stuck in a tree, or a cat is stuck in a tree, or a ferret, or fish tank is up there, and you have no idea. You want your pet safe. That's ultimately what this boils down to, and people panic.
How much does one love a cat that the cat is never home? The cat is always roaming around the neighborhood.
Well, there's some.
The cat only comes back for food because you've trained it that way. So why bother even getting a cat if you're just going to let it run around a neighborhood?
I was watching this documentary many years ago about these cats, and they lived like around this junkyard, and there was a police officer that would constantly tell the cats to disperse. Mm-hmm. These cats could speak English, of course, and they lived in a city, in an urban area. And the one cat, I believe his name was Top Cat, was the leader of the whole thing, and he was always talking to Officer Dibble about hey, we're just hanging out here, we're minding our business. I'm not causing any problems. It's almost like a cat street gang, really. All wore jackets, hats, and ties. I can never figure out how you cat ties a tie. But nevertheless, really remarkable documentary that was on TV for a little while.
I believe you're describing the plot line to the cartoon Top Cat.
You've seen it.
Yeah, I would have went with the younger generational cartoon of Heathcliff with the
Steve, now you're just being
Mungo
ridiculous
and all that. Huh?
Now you're just being ridiculous.
What are you talking about? I used to watch Heathcliff every morning before the bus came.
Heathcliff.
You never watch Heathcliff?
You can't take that seriously.
Yes, you can.
Top Cat, on the other hand.
Top Cat was a fake. Top Cat was the Peter Bango of cat cartoons.
Man, I'll tell you what, there's a good thing it's not a third person in this room right now, because I would climb over this equipment and slap you silly.
Officials are warning you driving through Holyoke. You want to pay extra attention. All of a sudden, a new three-way has been installed at the intersection of Appleton and Elm Street.
Hey now.
All right. Yeah.
It's a paper city right there.
Officials ask you to take your time and use caution at the intersection due to the new traffic pattern. And
you don't want to speed through a three-way. You want to take your time and enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
That's
right?
what I'm talking about.
Right?
Yeah. Now, there's the guy who watches just sit at the other corner.
I'm sure he has a designated chair.
Yeah, this is happening all over the place with these new stop signs being put in multiple municipalities with and new traffic patterns. But I said they didn't really do it well in Springfield about warning people that there's a new stop sign ahead.
So people blast right through it because they're not used to it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that's going now because I don't go that way anymore now that we've moved. So I don't go through that neighborhood anymore. So I don't know if people are still blowing through the stop sign.
So when it comes to three ways, you don't go that way anymore?
No, I prefer a one-way. My way. That's what I prefer.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but it is confusing. And I said in Northampton they did it right. They put those orange barrels, like 4 or 5 of them, saying, hey, new traffic pattern, pay attention. And everybody was stopping at the intersection. I think that was like Trumbull Road or Trumbull Street or something like that. Right. Trumbull and State.
Yeah.
And see, that's the way to do it. You can't just throw up a stop sign and then expect people to go. It's brain because driving is it's.
But even signs don't always work. So like when we mentioned this before. When Longmeadow put those speed bumps on William Street, behind the big Y. And they had a sign that said speed bump. But people, were not used to the speed bump, so they launch off that thing like they're Evel Knievel.
Yeah.
Breaking axles, ripping the, You're ripping your rims up.
Ripping them off.
Real mess in Longmeadow.
Aldi is removing more ingredients from its private label products. The grocer announced it's cutting 44 ingredients by December 2027. The list includes several additives, including preservatives, sweeteners, and flavors. A decade ago, Aldi removed certified synthetic colors from its products. The new announcement will bring the total number of ingredients banned to Aldi products to 57.
Gotta tell you, I don't have a problem with that.
I don't know. What about the sugary cereal? With all that food coloring in it. I appreciate the knockoff brand, that looks like it's Cuckoo Puffs versus Cocoa Puffs.
Right.
Or whatever the hell it's called.
Cheery X's as opposed to Cheerios.
Yeah.
Right.
Insane Asylum Puffs.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing if we take a few chemicals and additives and preservatives out of our food. I mean, it's probably not the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, it's too far gone, man. They've already got the corner on the seeds and all the fresh stuff that we eat.
I know.
So, I mean, what the hell's the difference? They already, I don't think there's any way to...
Small baby steps.
I don't think you're going to be able to eliminate it. You did too much at once to poison the food that we eat.
Your digestive system probably couldn't handle real food as it was meant to grow or be prepared.
Probably not. Because you're so used to being addicted to all this stuff.
Exactly.
There's sugar in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you eat is sugar.
Yes.
Or, what is it, high fructose corn syrup?
Corn syrup.
Oh, I was thinking of something else.
Totally different
All right.
substance.
Anyway, well, I'm just saying, corn syrup sounds pretty good.
It does, but it's not something you want to put in your mouth.
But then on the flip side of that, and this is where I think all of this stuff is bullshit, isn't it? I went to a Whole Foods yesterday.
Right.
And I'm like, because I was down in South Windsor yesterday, right?
Okay.
So I stopped, but there's a Whole Foods down there. I'm like, let me see if I can get, they must have a hot bar in here. I've never been into a Whole Foods before.
Never?
And I will never go back again. Because I'm looking at this like hot bar stuff, and they're like, we got chicken nugget, chicken tenders. And I'm like, those are the same frozen chicken tenders that every other grocery store.
Oh no, these
uses.
are more organic, range-free chickens.
Yeah, I don't buy that for a second. I think that is just a label that somebody puts on to make people feel better about spending twice as much as you would if you had just bought the regular chicken tender from a Stop and Shop or a Big Y.
That's a very cynical point of view, Steve. If you go through all their prepared food sections, you'll find all those things are naturally sourced, range-free chickens.
Naturally sourced from the same...
who've been breaded with the same chemicals as everybody else.
No, our freezer is 3 degrees cooler to keep these more preserved.
Yes.
Sure, it's the same slop that we put together and, mutilated a chicken for. But it's longer.
Yes, but
colder.
It's more humane to bread a range-free chicken this way.
And I'm just like looking at the prices of some of this stuff, and I'm like, I don't belong here. I feel like I'm a guy going to a bougie golf course without a collared shirt on, because everybody's walking in there and they're all in like suits and stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, it was noontime, it was lunchtime, so a lot of people on business were probably running in there.
Right.
But that's the kind of people that go into a Whole Foods. You gotta have money.
Yeah, I don't typically go to the Whole Foods because one, there's not, Hadley's the closest one to me, so I'm not going all the way out there for a Whole Foods.
Yeah.
When I have so many other perfectly fine options close by.
Or Trader Joe's.
I don't really go there either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's only one. There's only one around here. Where's the closest one other than Amherst? Or whatever.
Hadley.
Well, that's what I mean. Hadley.
Is it Vernon, maybe?
Is there one in Vernon?
So I think so.
Well, either way, it's still too far for me to go.
Yeah, of course.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be cloudy with a high of 69. Giggity. Tomorrow, 56 with some rain showers. It's 43 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Fields Classic Rock. It's 6:52. And the Guess Who with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be cloudy today with a high of 69. Giggity. Tomorrow, clouds with some rain showers. High of 56. It's 43 in downtown Springfield.
This week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest is Greg Norton from the legendary band Husker Du. He's got a brand new band called Ultra Bomb. They're just about to release their third album this Friday called The Bridges That We Burn. It's absolutely fantastic. And we talk about his entire career, about Husker Du, about the guys that he's playing with now, including Ryan Smith from Soul Asylum and Derek O'Brien from Social Distortion. Next week, my guest is Mark Laff, the original drummer for Generation X. That is the band that Billy Idol started with. And with Billy Idol going into the Hall of Fame and with that Netflix special that he's in, which, by the way, I don't know if you've seen it. It's actually really,
yeah, I did. It was actually really good. Yeah.
Really interesting. Well, anyway, Mark Laff is my guest. He's had a remarkable career outside of Generation X. Really, really good interview. That's going to be available on Monday on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, and on the app, brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
How easy would it be for you to get that letters thing going? Is it too difficult to find? Or
no, actually, I could get it for you right now if you wanted to.
Baxy, you ready to rip into the old mailbag?
Letters. Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mailman, mail today. Letters. Oh, we get letters. Let's find out what you left today.
Oh, boy.
Mailman.
Ding dong.
Mail today.
All right, this is, they're not really letters. They're texts from the Route 10 Tire listener line.
Close enough.
This one came in this morning. Actually, this one came in yesterday and then this morning. There's two of them, right?
Okay.
Yesterday, 7:38 a.m. Hi, Steve. As a longtime listener, I feel your impersonating voice is getting overused. Although you're good at it, I hear it so often it's no longer funny or enjoyable. I like to think about it as accidentals in music. They pop up unexpectedly and add interest to the music. I feel less is more. And then this morning, please stop the annoying voice. Right? So then, I'm like,
Signed
all right.
Peter Banco.
Right, yeah, Peter Banco from Bay State. And then I'm like, oh man, there's another text saying to stop the voice too. This one,
please have Steve stop with a stop sign emoji.
With
Stop with those annoying voices.
Uh-huh.
I'm having to turn down the volume every time he starts it with those terrible imitations of other people. It's so disturbing. Please stop. For God's sake.
and then I look at the sources of these.
Yeah.
These are a husband and wife team that have wrote in, because I'm like, oh, wait a minute. If there's a lot of people writing in saying stop doing that, maybe I should think twice about stopping doing that. It's the same household.
Well, I mean, a house divided against itself cannot stand. And, maybe they represent a larger portion of the audience that is so annoyed by it that they don't even bother with the Route 10 Tire listener line. They just go and tell all their friends, can you believe the voices? The guy is a master of like 6 voices.
You think they're the sample? There's the sample size that they're representing.
Well, I mean, maybe hard
I don't
to
know,
tell
because then there's two. There's two that come in. Do the whole show in that voice. I could do that too. Don't stop the voices. I love Steve's voices. It adds flair. I like the voices. Don't stop the voices. I think the married couple who can't agree or can only agree on one thing is outnumbered by the people who disagree with them.
Steve, again, I don't know if the Route 10 Tire listener line represents is an accurate representation of our entire audience. I mean, if you were to do like a poll question and say yay or nay on the voices, and people were to respond on the Route 10 Tire listener line, and like maybe later in the show we did a tally of those votes, and then we could have a probably more representative sample. You see, that's the problem with doing research. You need representative samples. If it's one person here, 2 people there, that's not really representative. You need a broader sample of people to get a real sense of what's going on.
Right, but these are only 2 people who are married to each other.
Right.
Can you imagine what that's like all day? Like, they're complaining about people who are annoying, but they're complaining like, oh my God, did you hear that voice that he was doing this morning? Yeah, it's really bad. I can't stand it.
Yeah, you're right. They got no reason to complain.
Let's go talk talk on our cell phones in line at a gas station. What do you say?
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, listen, they're trying to get some action. They're trying to get you to maybe tone it down a notch or two. Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know me. I'm not one to offer an opinion. But maybe if people would like to share their opinion on the Route 10 Tire listener line at 293-1021, we'll get to the bottom of how people actually feel.
You have to contact the boss. His contact is on our website at rock102.com.
Yes.
And you can email him because he is the decision maker. And one day you stop hearing me do voices, you know you have succeeded with your campaign of telling me to stop doing something.
Now, if you think Steve's voice is annoying, try talking to our boss sometime.
I know.
You know what I mean?
What are you guys up doing?
Who's that?
That's our boss.
Oh, that's our boss.
Yeah.
Oh, it's almost uncanny.
You have to guess which one it is.
Yeah, I know. We got a lot of people who are sitting there in middle management.
All right, there's another letter from her. Do you have that thing? Do you have the closing?
Oh, yeah,
thing?
the end of it. Yeah, okay.
Another letter from a listener's day.
102.
Welcome to Philadelphia.
Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware with Scott's 4-Step. 4 easy steps to an awesome lawn.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, as you know, I'm a big fan of March Madness. Are you kidding me? I'm crazy about it. Now, you may ask, Baxy, March Madness ended more than a month ago. It's now the end of April. Why are we talking about this now? Well, that's a fair question, and normally I wouldn't bother talking about something like this, except the NBA is making moves that will turn something like March Madness into something that's far more confusing for everybody. According to sources, the NCAA is in the final stages of making significant changes to both the men and women's tournament. Specifically, the NCAA is looking to expand from a 64-team format to a 76-team format. Why? Well, the easy answer would be to maximize the profitability of both tournaments, but that's not the primary reason. Apparently, the move is being made to expand access for at-large bids for power conferences. The new format will expand the first 4 play-in games, which is currently 8 teams, to play 4 games to qualify for the 4 available spots in the tournament bracket. This new plan would allow 24 teams to compete in 12 games. The winner of those games will then compete over the next 2 days for the remaining spots in the traditional 64-team bracket. Makes sense, huh? Yeah, I don't get it either. All I know is I have enough problems making my picks on a 64-team bracket, never mind trying to navigate my way to utter disappointment with a convoluted 76-team bracket. And I know I can't be the only one who's looking at this and saying, what the hell is this? Listen, I can understand getting more teams involved, and I can understand how some teams and conferences are all bent out of shape when they get snubbed on Selection Sunday. But I'm very much of the belief that disqualification is a team's problem to fix and shouldn't be somebody else's problem to change the rules to fix it. But hey, what do I know other than creating disappointment for so many more people, which I suppose is what March Madness is really all about. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You want to take your time and carefully choose paint colors, right? That's why you need to see Larissa, the patient paint advisor at the Westfield Rockies. Larissa's an attention to detail type of person, an expert paint advisor. Like Larissa, you'll find one at every Rocky's Ace Hardware location. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 7-11 on the Rolling Stones of Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be cloudy today with a high of 69 giggity. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 56. It's 43 right now in downtown Springfield. There's a story on Mass Live this morning about the illegal dumping in Springfield. Mm-hmm. And Springfield warns that cameras are watching because I guess there's these certain places that are known to be dump spots. Every spring, flowers bloom, birds nest, and people start dumping couches, tires, appliances, and mountains of trash on parkland, vacant lots, and private property. City officials are now warning violators they are being watched, will be fined, and in egregious cases, face criminal charges. It's the good weather that is when it happens the most, according to Tom Ash, Director of Parks, Recreation, and Building Maintenance. Once the snow melts, people have easier access and they start spring cleaning, as it were. Dumping is such a problem in Springfield that there's a 3-person clean city crew within the Parks Department which works full-time mainly on cleaning up dumping from city properties. In addition, the police department has an 8-member ordnance squad, also known as the Flex Unit. Yeah, man. I'm on the Flex Unit, the SPD.
I pick up tires on the side of the road, man. That's what I do.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like RoboCop 2, where they made RoboCop nice and friendly.
Yes.
And then the guy's smoking, and he shoots a silhouette around the guy.
Yes.
And then the guy drops the cigarette, obviously, and he goes, "Thank you for not smoking." That's kind of what the Flex crew is like.
Well, last week, Mayor Dom Dom came out and castigated these illegal dumpers. Now, I don't know, if they list off all the places where people are dumping. I remember that one of the places that was always getting dumped on was Porter Lake Drive behind in Forest Park. Because I used to live right around the corner from there many, many years ago. And, occasionally we'd go for a walk. And we'd see, refuse and mattresses,
couches,
bags of clothing, that kind of thing.
Prophylactics.
Yes, a prophylactic wrapper, and it's unsightly. It's unnecessary. I mean, most people, if you really want to get rid of something, all you got to do is call the city.
Yeah.
For bulk removal. And it's not all that expensive to get stuff taken away.
But the problem is, it's not people who live here. It's people coming in from out of town. So you have taken it upon yourself to load up an entire trailer full of junk. Let's say you live in South Hadley, or you live in, East Hampton or something like that. You're like, yeah, I got to get rid of all this stuff. Where could I go? Oh, I know. My buddy told me there's that street in Springfield where you can just dump the stuff and nobody's there. Well, now they got cameras there. They identify you, and they're identifying these people who are illegally dumping.
Right.
And they're not from here. They're not from the city of Springfield. They're from other areas throughout. So it's not so much the person living here in Springfield being to blame for it. It's the outsiders that come in and do this.
And if you say, South Hadley, for example, what kind of jurisdiction would the city of Springfield have from someone who's from South Hadley? I don't know. I mean, to me, if I'm in South Hadley, there's a lot of other places I could dump my junk.
Yeah, like the river, the Connecticut River. You put a couch in the Connecticut River. Do you know that the wildlife will have a time floating down the river on a couch? You see a nice little friendly raccoon family, nesting on a couch, floating down the Connecticut River. It's beautiful this time of year.
Yeah, I used to spend a lot of time in South Hadley Falls.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, talk about a perfect place to dump your refuse. Right there in the falls, right off the dam. Everything falls into. Listen, everything gets all wet. Who needs to know?
I thought that
you're right on the border of South Hadley Falls and Holyoke. Crying out loud!
I thought that was the dump area.
No,
not designated.
Not designated.
Yeah.
But if it was a designated area, then maybe that's the place to go. Not that I want anybody from South Hadley Falls or anyone from Holyoke to say, hey, don't make those kind of suggestions in our nice little burgs. But there are places between here and there that you can go.
Well, it's expensive. It's an expensive problem to handle. On top of paying for the crews, it can cost hundreds to clean up the dump trash. Yeah, because you're still paying somebody, but you still got to pay for the disposal of the refuse that has been left behind. Ash said it cost $1,500 to clean up piles of furniture, televisions, mattresses, and construction debris that a Ludlow resident dumped all over Moxon Street in 2 separate trips a year ago. Even worse was a cleanup off North Branch Parkway near Mary Lynch School, which required heavy equipment and took a week to clean up. The city has about 20 cameras which are strategically moved from one trouble spot to another to catch violators in the act. They have been used multiple times to successfully identify and find violators.
Remember they drained the water shop ponds a couple years ago?
And they found all that stuff in
there? They found
there?
all this great stuff. It was like a hitting a jackpot.
Yeah.
There were cars. I believe there was like a tuba. There was like shoes. There's all kinds of things down there.
I wish I had done some magnet fishing in that area.
That would have been the time to do it.
Mayor Dom Dom put out a list of 19 different violators caught and cited over the past 2 years, but there have been many, many more. they're saying that they need is support from the courts. In December of 2023, the city council raised the fine for illegal dumping from $100 to $500. It can also move to suspend the driver's license of a violator if their vehicle is used during the act, which it usually is. The city can go further if the offense is worse and issue a criminal complaint to summon the violator to court with the hopes of having the judge order the offender to pay the cost of the cleanup. In 2024, they issued 56 criminal complaints for all the illegal dumping, and in 2025, the total was in the 40s. On average, 50% of offenders get caught, and the majority are captured on one of those cameras.
You know what the reality is? If you got fined $500, that's about the cost of renting a dumpster.
Yeah. I don't.
I mean, you get a dumpster for 10 days, depending on the size of the dumpster. You can get that for like a week and a half. Well, and all that dumping could be done right there for the same cost as getting pinched by the cops.
I remember one case. It was years ago that the guy was on Craigslist, and he was like, "I'll remove your junk. You put it out at the curb, I'll come by and pick it all up and take it for you."
Right.
So people would put out the stuff. The guy would come. He would take all the stuff, but he'd only want the metal because the metal was the only thing that was worth something. So then he would dump the rest of the stuff in places like this on these on the side streets and all that stuff. So
he's not exactly getting rid of anything.
Yeah, well, he's getting rid of it.
He's just causing bigger problems somewhere else.
He's getting it off his hands.
Yes.
Yeah. A fine is the same when whether people dump a bag of leaves or, as happened in one case, someone who dumped hundreds of tires in different places in the Mason Square neighborhood. That's why police also issue criminal citations. Violators don't just stick to public locations like parks. Many also dump on private property, including at businesses, leaving homeowners and company owners forced to foot the bill and arrange for cleanup. You remember how many people used to use the dumpster at Rock 102 at 45 Fisher Avenue?
Oh, yeah.
Every week you'd come in on a Monday and you'd see the thing stacked up with somebody's lumber, like somebody's scrap wood.
I mean, and those times when I needed to, dispose of my own personal things like, expired bags of fertilizer or accelerants, the dumpster was always full.
Oh, you'd use a storm drain for that.
Well, that's what I had to use because the dumpster was too full.
Right. You jump it right there. And by the way, the those oils and those things make pretty rainbow colors in the river.
They do, actually. It's very pretty.
It's kind of like the Chicago River every year where they dye it green.
Yeah, right.
We're dyeing it rainbow colors.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's like a river of Skittles.
So if you're out there and you're illegally dumping, just know that you might be on camera. And I don't know why anybody doesn't think that they are on camera when they're doing something like this.
Well, especially where you're talking. Because, I mean, like on Porter Lake, there's facilities all over the place. They've got their own cameras. If the city's going to install the cameras, you're going to have to figure something else out. And dumping in Springfield ain't gonna be cost effective anymore. You get a $500 fine, pal. Got to tell you, you're better off getting in your own dumpster.
Yeah. And then since I can't do voices anymore, here's Mayor Dom Dom. We will go after the violators.
Who is that?
That is Mayor Dom Dom.
That's Mayor Dom Dom?
Yeah.
Wow, you just sucked the life out of Mayor Dom Dom.
Well, there you go.
It's 7:21 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
Thank you very much. Live in concert.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:29 and Neil Young with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
Liam will have that full forecast for you.
And we got news.
Oh, well, no. Can we? We got a minute.
You got a minute?
We got a minute. Okay. I just wanted to do some follow-ups on the Route 10 tire listener line. The woman who was the wife of the guy that was complaining about me doing the voices.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, good detective work on the husband-wife text. Yeah. I do enjoy most of your stories, and by most accounts, you sound like a great dad. Don't be so defensive about your dumb voice and imitations." And I just wrote in all capital letters, "Who's getting defensive?"
Well, it sounds like you.
Well, am I getting defensive, or is the person who got called out from their little husband and wife scheme to text in to say that they don't want to do it? Another lady says, I vote for Steve to keep doing his impressions, especially Mayor Dom Dom. And then totally unrelated, only related to the last conversation we have, there is couch-eating bacteria living in the Connecticut River that will chew the sofas up in no time.
You know, I actually believe that.
It is definitely true.
We got news coming up next to Rock 102.
Here's your
7:33 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon. By the way, news is brought to you by Big Y, your family market.
Thank you, Bax. Listen, rejoice. The first week of paving on Memorial Avenue in West Springfield is done. Yeah.
Wow.
A little delayed reaction, but I'm
Well, I didn't realize we were
glad-
going to start right off the gate with a big punch, the old 1-2 of news.
Well, it was a surprise. I should have rehearsed it with you before we went on the air. Officials acknowledge it's been dusty, busy, chaotic, but that's unavoidable with a project of It's unavoidable with a project of this size more than a decade in the making. The work is part of a full reconstruction of the corridor. They're actually putting in like lights down by that at Gate 9 where the Big E is.
Oh, cool.
They're putting, I don't think it's like full traffic lights. I think it's one of those crossing, it's a red crossing light.
Oh, yeah.
You can
like a crosswalk type of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Once it's done, the city says drivers and pedestrians will see a safer, more modern roadway and stronger business environment along Memorial Avenue. Construction will continue through the summer. Residents and businesses are being thanked for their patience as crews push through the final phase.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll make things so much easier.
Well, it actually is looking pretty nice down there. West Springfield's actually done a pretty good job, like especially in that downtown area where the, what is it, Elm Street and, is it Elm? It must be Elm,
yeah.
where the Rotary is and all that, the new Rotary that they put in there. It's looking pretty good down there.
I can't disagree with you, Steve.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Mayor Will is really busting up that place pretty good.
Oh, he's doing his job.
Oh, yes.
That's for sure.
He is.
One driver was hurt in a crash that involved a school bus in Enfield, according to police. 2 vehicles, including the bus and a car, were involved in the crash on Route 5 on Tuesday morning. They confirmed that the car driver was transported to a hospital with minor injuries. 2 children were aboard the bus. However, they were not hurt, and no other details were released. It sounds like a small school bus type of thing, but that can be scary, especially for the kid.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of buses, some school bus drivers in Amherst will no longer need to worry about the rising price of gas and diesel.
Why is that?
Because the Amherst Pelham Regional School District launched their first new fleet of electric school buses. It's electric! What's more annoying, my voices or the songs?
It's a song.
It's electric! It's electric! It's electric! Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie! Yeah, we're doing the electric slide.
No, we don't have to. So they're going electric.
Yeah, they are.
Where's the plug?
Highland Electric. I don't know. What a plug?
Well, with the holes.
Oh, the hole. Oh, the outlet. At Highland, our mission is pretty darn simple, said Matt Stanberry, Senior Vice President of Market Development with Highland Electric Fleets. It's to make health and operational benefits of electric school buses more accessible and affordable to every community. With over $1 million in public funding and thousands of dollars in grant, the district is hoping to accelerate the shift away from diesel. Replacing just 5 diesels in a fleet with electrics can reduce the risks of pediatric asthma, for which diesel exhaust is known to trigger approximately 1,500 students. How much oil went into the making of the pieces on the bus?
Well, Steve, you're asking questions that only a mechanic would know for sure.
Well, I mean, I understand you don't want the emissions, you don't want to do, but how much emissions were emitted when they were making all of those plastic parts that go inside a school bus now?
Right, yes.
To
or the rubber that was made for the tires, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
by the way, and this is Amherst, you said?
Yeah.
Amherst. Well, what happens, Steve, if, say, for example, we have a very hot summer, and everybody cranks up their air conditioning, with the Freon that's inside there, the naturally occurring Freon.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, because the buses are now electric, there's a big fat brownout in Amherst. Are they prepared for a big fat brownout because they decided to go electric?
It's electric.
So they interviewed, I don't even know where this guy came from. They interviewed the superintendent of Ambrose Columbia Schools. I guess because they've had these buses. I don't even know where that is. Doesn't say why they're... So by investing in cleaner and more sustainable transportation, we are showing students that their actions and ours have a real impact on the world and environment around them. That's according to Dr. Herman.
Dr. Herman, paging Dr. Herman.
You have a telephone call at the front desk. These buses are quieter, smoother, and healthier. That means a more peaceful start and end to each of our days for our students.
You don't want to hang out with me. I'm a loner.
A rebel.
An outlaw.
An outlaw. 4 new Thomas Electric school buses are set to hit the road starting the next school year.
Okay.
Didn't they have a bus go on fire in Wilbraham because of the battery in one of these electric buses?
Yes, that is correct.
So where's the good for the environment part?
Well, you see, Steve, you take the good and you take the bad.
You take them both.
And there you have the facts of electric buses.
Yeah. It's funny how people try to claw at the bit to say, we're doing something so great for the environment, and then you realize how much work and emissions and pollution goes into the making of those very vehicles.
Yeah, and I mean, the benefits may be just fractionally beneficial to the town when there's like so many other things that you'd have to get rid of in order for that to really have a real impact on the town.
How do they? How do they recycle those batteries? Because eventually, people are gonna, a car gets into an accident or something like that. The car is totaled.
Yeah.
So then, what do they? What is the process to recycle those? Because normal recycling is a bunch of crap anyway.
I know exactly what they do.
Why?
They dump them in Springfield.
Oh, right. I think I saw a guy from the battery company dropping off a whole load of batteries in the Pine Point neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because why not? They allow for that kind of thing in Springfield.
Yeah. Did you
nope, not
see
once.
The video of the Six Flags over the weekend?
I wanted to talk about this because you know what? I love a good roller coaster like anybody else. I'm a thrill seeker, Steve, as you know. But the idea of having to climb down from one of those things at the highest point of the ride, that's not appealing to me.
Yeah, that's a big nope for me. Video showing Six Flags New England guests being escorted off the Superman roller coaster has been making rounds online and raising questions about safety. Now, Western Mass News is getting answers for you from the park. Now, when I say we, I'm speaking in the context as if I'm working for Western Mass News,
and
but
you're
don't.
not.
I'm just a representative.
That's correct, yes.
We have been told the ride has extensive safety sensors in place that stop the ride if needed. Six Flags New England also shared a statement that reads, on Friday, April 24th, the ride did not complete its typical cycle. Trained employees safely unloaded all the guests from the ride. Our team was in constant contact with the guests, and all riders were invited to return to the park. If you'd like to see video of that evacuation, make sure to tune into ABC World News.
Yeah.
Because that video made the world news. That is something, I almost experienced that a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's a roller coaster it's a smaller coaster that's in the section of Six Flags that's like over near the bumper cars, like in that area.
Okay.
There. And it's one of these things that goes up fairly high. It's more for smaller kid, like medium-sized kids stuff and their parents to go on this thing. And I went on it with my daughter, and then we get down from there, and then this group of people that we were with, 2 of the kids got stuck because a storm started to roll in. And they keep people on the roller coaster in the middle of the storm because they don't want to operate the ride because basically you got a big lightning rod sticking up the thing.
Sure.
How much safer is it there must be some rubber connectors there where you're not going to get electrocuted if the lightning bolt strikes the thing, but the people were soaked by the time they finally got the ride going, and it was like 20 minutes, and I'm like, even 2 minutes stuck in midair would not be my ideal trip.
Yeah, I understand why this, a story like this could cause people some reconsideration about going on some of these rides. But I got to tell you, the likelihood of you getting stuck on a ride is so small. These things are these things are built with safety in mind. When a roller coaster makes a complete successful journey, that never makes the news. You never hear like Chris Pisano say a roller coaster at Six Flags New England completed the entire ride without incident.
Oh, that's not news.
It's not news.
Yeah.
But yet their success rate of successful completions of the ride, really, it's remarkable, actually.
Do all of your roller coaster rides go to full completion? Because mine do.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is an aberration. This is not indicative of what Six Flags is all about. Now, I remember many years ago, I was on the polar coaster at Storyland in New Hampshire.
You rode the polar coaster?
Of course I rode the polar coaster. I have no fear.
You lucky SOB.
I live my life with no fear, Steve.
Wow.
And it stopped. Granted, it was only for like a few seconds, but it stopped. And for a moment, I thought, am I going to be able to survive this situation if I had to climb down a ladder 6 feet to the ground? I got to tell you, I had to think twice about going on that polar coaster. But then I thought about the statistical probability of getting stuck on a ride in an amusement park, and it's so small. We shouldn't fear at all.
Yeah.
You're more likely to catch some sort of water bacteria in the wave pool than you are to get stuck on a roller coaster.
I know somebody already said that happens every year. There's always some kind of mechanical malfunction. Eventually, it's going to happen. I'm not. I get that. It's not that the ride is dangerous. It obviously has a safety feature on it. It stopped the ride from doing whatever it was doing because, it's just the idea of being stuck that high up in the air. Now you're no longer strapped in. You have to walk down a staircase that they have conveniently put there in case somebody gets stuck on the ride again.
Right.
But man, that's not a place I would want to be in.
Worst thing that ever happened to me at an amusement park happened at Rocky Point Park in Rhode Island, back when it was still open. I was on a date with a girl in high school. Yes.
What?
Believe it or not, there was once upon a time when I was actually appealing to women.
Wow.
It lasted for about
I was going to say, what year was that?
1983.
Okay.
Anyway, my point is this. The only negative thing happened is we were in one of these things that it was like a rocket, and the rocket went around in circles, and then it went on its side, and then all of a sudden you're kind of like going upside down a little bit. And me and my date, wonderful girl named Maureen, she was sitting in front of me, I was sitting behind her, and a guy who was like 2 or 3 rockets in front of us wound up vomiting on the ride. Now, I don't know if you know anything about propulsion,
projectile,
or inertia, but that vomit does not travel at the same speed as the rocket. But the rocket goes right through the cloud of vomit, and that's exactly how our date ended. We didn't really see each other very much after that.
You both got covered?
My date got covered more than I did, but I got a little bit of the splashback.
So when you were dropping her off, did she be like, "Will I see you again?"
And as I was cleaning vomit off my glasses, I said, "Maybe. Once I clean these glasses."
I'm calling you Puke Chick from now on.
Yes.
This is why you never got another date throughout the rest of your high school years.
Yeah, well, that was the last time we went to Rocky Point for for a date.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be cloudy with a high of 69 giggity. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 56. It's 43 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
26. See dealer for details.
It's 7:51 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
I just gave you the forecast. It's going to be not too bad today.
Yeah, if you have not downloaded the free Rock 102 mobile app to your iPhone and or Android device, I don't know what you are doing with your time. There's so much stuff to do in that thing. You can listen to the show wherever you go. Listen to the podcast like Bax and Nagle on Demand or Baxy's Musical Podcast. Have access to station contests, the concert calendar. Plus, connect through social media and the open mic feature, too. And it works with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Go to rock102.com to get all the details about what the app will get you. And then you download it right from the App Store onto your phone. It's the Rock 102 mobile app from Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Let's see. Spotify. Do you use Spotify?
All the time.
Yeah. Do you use the AI thing on that?
I don't. If I get a playlist going, I'm creating it on my own.
They have this. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's an AI DJ.
And he talks to you?
Well, you say, let's say you pull up a Tom Petty song, right? You don't know how it feels, right? And then if you click the little thing that says do the AI thing, DJ thing, and there's this voice of this guy going, all right, that was Tom Petty. You don't know how it feels. And they don't, it's not conversation. Like Dan Williams is a fine example of entertaining radio. And what I mean by that is he's a great storyteller, and he can, when you're listening to him, he can kind of pull you in with the story. That's an effective broadcaster.
That's right.
An AI guy, or I say guy, it's not even a person, it's just a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it doesn't have that ability to relate to the listener of what is going on.
And in fact,
yeah.
He almost sounds like a bit of a jerk. I've tried it once, and I thought, well, what's this all about? And then I realized, I don't like this at all.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
This story from, I don't even know what website this is, Pabja or whatever. It's like a opinion thing. I like to listen to lo-fi ambient playlists while I work. It's the ideal soundscape for getting stuff done, calming without being too distracting. But I found over the past year or so that it's become increasingly difficult to find a playlist or a YouTube video of lo-fi music that isn't full AI-generated slop. So it's not just these DJs. It's the music that is being created. People listen to music not necessarily lyrical music. People listen to music to calm themselves or or something in the background kind of thing. This person is saying even the AI created background noise is terrible.
At any time that Spotify has put together a playlist for me, it's always loaded with crap I would never listen to.
Sadly, I'm not alone on this journey of auditory confusion. Spotify has been at the forefront of polluting its users' playlists with recommendations with vast swaths of AI slop. Many Spotify users have been vocal in their complaints, noting on how impossible it is to avoid all of this. No matter how carefully you curate your music, AI somehow finds its way in.
Yeah, like even if you create a playlist and you allow it to play all the way through, once that's done, Spotify will add to the end of the playlist songs that you did not put into your playlist.
Right.
It's just AI has determined, well, if you like that, then clearly you must like this.
If you like this garbage, you're going to love this trash.
Nobody brings you more garbage than Spotify.
It's Bondi's Island Radio right here on Spotify.
Yeah.
Here's the next piece of trash coming your way.
Spotify is like the most insane company in the world. They have all of this music. They track all the downloads, like how many people are listening to any one given song. And if you have like a song that's got like 1 million downloads, the artist benefits up to maybe
6 cents,
12 cents.
Yeah.
If that. Those are the lucky ones.
Yeah.
So,
but that
I mean,
has all to do with music rights and all that stuff. Taylor Swift is the only one that really actually makes money because she made her own deal, as opposed to these people who really just want to be heard and listened to.
That's it.
They sign these deals with the devil, and then all of a sudden, hey, you got to get a penny for your song.
But it's almost
80 million times.
But it's almost become like an unavoidable option. If you're a new artist, you want your music heard. It's either go on Spotify or Apple Music and, watch your ability to make a living just evaporate in front of your eyes.
We've got more junk than a illegal dumping spot in Springfield. Coming up on Spotify Slop.
It's 7:56 at Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
The news.
And 9
11. And Quiet Riot with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be mostly cloudy today with a high of 69 giggity. Tomorrow, cloudy with rain showers, which we definitely need. We definitely need the rain.
Yeah, well,
I've turned into one of those folks. We need the rain. We just don't need a lot of it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean,
a moderate amount.
I mean, my grass needs to be mowed now, but I'm in no rush.
You think it's safe to put the plants outside yet?
Yeah, I would say so.
We're getting down to like 40 at night.
Yeah, but you're days away from May 1st.
Yeah.
I mean, you might want to wait till, Memorial Day weekend, but you could probably do it now, be fine.
I just got to keep an eye on the temperature.
But it's probably not going to drop down to below freezing.
You do. But as we were saying yesterday, it was 30 degrees in June 5 years ago.
Right.
So it could very well happen where you could get one of those freezing days.
Yeah, but it's also very possible that an asteroid could hit the Earth and cause chaos for the entire planet. You're going to not plant your begonias because of that?
Yeah.
You're gonna refuse to mulch because of the idea that an asteroid may smash into the planet?
I have no green thumb whatsoever. Like I don't. It is so hard for me to try to grow anything.
Yeah.
Somebody even gave me years ago, probably six, seven years ago, a weed plant. Because you can grow them.
Sure.
And I guess I didn't do it right.
Well, did you have a male-female plant?
No, I had a hermaphrodite, which is the worst kind of plant that you can have. It has both female and male characteristics to it, making the devil's lettuce unusable.
Yeah, see, you need a male and a female plant, very much like a holly bush.
Yeah.
You may find this hard to believe. My dad is actually tremendous. He's got tremendous gardens.
Yeah.
And I'm capable of doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, I helped my dad, quite a bit planting stuff. But I have more of my mom's desire for that. Mm-hmm. I could do it. I just don't want to do it.
Don't want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I have no skill. It's just when you have no desire, the skill becomes irrelevant.
Well, I mean, that's like one of those things. Like, you have to have wanted to do that your entire life, I think.
So, like, my dad loves to go out and weed. I weed like no one's business. But I lose interest after, 2 or 3 seconds. And so, I may get, a good, 12-inch square of perfectly weeded area. My dad will do it all day.
Yeah.
But my dad's got water features. He's built bridges and stone walls. I mean, he's amazing. Absolutely amazing that he does it.
Yeah. The other thing that I've been running into, I got a friend who she sells flowers and stuff. She does she's got a little stand out inside in front of her house. She sells flowers.
Right.
So the elaborate setup for this thing, she starts months before the warm weather even begins. She's doing these little. She's got these little greenhouse things in her basement that she starts the seedlings in and starts doing that. Like that's just too much for me. All I want to do is plant a seed in the ground, but you can't just do that. There's more of a process to it.
Of course there is.
And I have zero comprehension of that. So I'm just not a green thumb type of guy.
Yeah, I know that. See, I have terrible allergies when it comes to being outside too, which is one of the main motivating factors for me to spend as little time outside as possible. Because if I mow a lawn, I'm not breathing right for a couple of days.
Yeah,
that's just a fact.
Well, you gotta wear a mask.
Yeah, I know, but even with a mask, it gets in my eyes and everything else. I got to wear goggles, gloves. I got to put myself in a hermetically sealed, allergy suit.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a picture of you or a video of you mowing the lawn. And I want to see you mowing the lawn like one of those guys who doesn't have any of that equipment, but putting plaid shorts on and high business socks along with business loafers.
Yeah.
You ever see those guys that do that?
Sure.
Mowing the lawn in their loafers? Mm-hmm. It's like, how hard is it to go get a pair of sweatpants and a pair of cheap sneakers at Walmart to mow your lawn?
It was once described to me, and I actually think this is probably true. It's not like a guy wants to dress that way. A guy has to dress that way because he's probably got kids. He's probably got college to pay for. Yeah. You haven't gotten to that point yet where you're dumping tens of thousands of dollars in college tuition, but it'll come. And so all those ideas, I just go buy some sneakers and some nice shorts. Dude, when you get to a certain point and you're strapped for cash, that's all that's available to you.
Yeah, I guess.
Your sandals, your black socks.
Yeah, but I have
your 1973 gym shorts where the mouse is coming out the house. You know what I'm talking about?
All right, but at least that's an alternative to the golf shorts, like the plaid golf shorts and the business shoes.
Yeah,
like you're going to an interview.
Right.
These are my outdoor loafers that I wear.
Yeah,
you might as well wear a pair of Crocs mowing the lawn.
You might as well. Oh, I wouldn't recommend it, but nevertheless.
Well, I wouldn't recommend wearing those kind of shoes to mow the lawn either. But people do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's you don't see many lawn care professionals out there with a pair of Florshimes.
Yeah,
walking around, picking up sticks and trimming the hedges.
Yeah,
that doesn't normally happen. Usually these guys are well equipped. Yeah. But for the average slob, in his 40s and 50s trying to get his kids through college, it's really all that's available.
And then I got these, I think they're voles or moles or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's just tearing up the damn,
You're seeing, the trails in the backyard and everything?
Dude, it's little mole holes in there. Get back in your mole hole.
Yeah,
and then my friend, he comes over and he's like, you got to get some Grub-X. And get some grub, throw some Grub-X down.
You kill the grubs, you get rid of the vermin because that's what they eat. They eat the grubs.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to be very satisfying. They do have these things. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but they're so much fun to operate. It's a contraption, that you put partially in the ground, and you put it right at the middle of the mole hole.
Yeah.
And you kind of if you can try to imagine it. It's like a spring-loaded set of knives.
Yeah.
And once the mole hits it, it shoots all these blades right into its poor, innocent woodland creature body. And that ends the mole pretty damn quick. Now, I know some people say, well, that is so inhumane. But, if it's messing up your lawn, do you have a choice?
No, I guess you don't.
A spring-loaded, death trap is steel... galvanized
execution room.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, I know that's kind of grisly and gross, but man, when you see it happen, you're going, I win.
Remember when I was a kid, we were pulling some wood away from the side of the garage, and my mother, I was freaked out. I was probably 8 years old. I was freaked out because I didn't never seen a mole before.
Sure,
I think mole is just they don't have tails. They're
kind of gross looking.
Yeah, they are kind of gross looking. And I was like, ah, and my mother takes a rubber mallet, like she was doing a whack-a-mole thing.
Right.
And she's like, you don't scare my little boy. And she bops him right on the head, and the thing died.
Did she win a prize afterwards like you would at the Big E?
No, but her son was safe from the mole.
Wow. That's pretty badass.
It's pretty tragic for a kid to see that happen.
Yeah.
To watch an animal die by the hands of your own mother.
Well, I mean, Steve, if it's really a matter of, well, in that case, I mean, what was the real danger to you?
I don't know. Did you ever see your dad kill anything out in the yard because of invasiveness of his garden?
I'm sure I have. I don't have any recollection of it. I remember it was always my job to mow the lawn, and we had like a really big yard and just a push mower.
Yeah.
And there were times when I would like run over a frog or a snake or something like that, and that freaked me out.
Devastating. It was devastating.
Yeah, I don't like dead stuff at all. I really don't like dead stuff. That's why I much rather put like a spring-loaded blade that shoots right in the ground. I don't have to see the dead thing. All I know is I just see the blades, and that's cool with me. But if I actually had to see the animal die myself, that's traumatic.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's not for me. It's not my bag, baby.
Well, thank you for joining us on Debbie Downer 102.
It's not
morning.
listen. These are good, practical solutions to real life problems. If you've got groundhogs or any kind of weasel that's burrowing into your ground and has ruined your lawn. That's serious stuff.
Groundhogs are jerks, too.
They're idiots.
They're jerks.
They're real jerks.
They know. They see you, and then they run away. They're like, I ain't going to get caught by this a-hole today.
Yeah, but they'll still ruin your lawn.
Yeah.
They'll chew it all up. You got all these trails all over the place.
Underground electrical wires. Chew them right up.
Jerks.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
Oh, my God. Look at the time.
It's 8:21 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102. 28 in Aerosmith with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
Liam will have the full forecast for you. It's that time of year. It's a little early.
For what?
Richmond, Missouri teenager is out of the hospital while his friend continues to receive care after a fireworks explosion.
It's only April 29th.
Well, down in Kansas City, Missouri, they're having themselves a hell of a time down there. All I saw was white, and I couldn't hear, said Carter Grabowski. Actually, can no longer Grabowski because he blew half his hand off.
Oh, my God.
I just kind of died for a second, is what it felt like. The 17-year-old Carter was at a friend's house when he found a couple of fireworks. Carter said he and his friend Preston, these sound like two little, privileged rich kids.
Yeah,
Carter and Preston attempted to light one that had a short wick. I kind of got ready to throw it, but it went away, so we held it again, and we were trying to light it, but it wasn't lit at all. It wasn't red. It just went off. This is why they tell you never to touch something, even if it seems like a dud, because it still could be ignited.
Right.
It exploded in Carter's hand. His family said the firework was more like a homemade pipe bomb. There seemed to be metal shrapnel inside of them. So whoever made it, I don't know if it was an experiment or what, and they kind of didn't say, hey, these are homemade or anything. They were just like, I got a couple of fireworks for you, and they gave them to one friend who brought them here, which Carter got. Carter lost his right hand and several fingers on his left. His stomach is burned, and both of his eardrums have holes. But his name is Lucky.
Yeah, Lefty Lucky.
Yeah.
I'm all in support of dipstick positivity, but these are the kinds of stories you kind of expect closer to the 4th of July. I realize that getting an early start seems like a really good idea on the calendar, but if you're blowing your hands off before the 4th of July holiday, you have no one to blame but yourself. You're just being stupid.
You got to wait until at least July 2nd.
At least that long. You shouldn't be dinking around with that stuff at all.
Yeah. So now the other kid, he can't see because he's got metal shrapnel in his eyes.
Right.
But you know what? It was fun up to that moment.
Yeah. Well,
so at least you had a good time.
Okay. Right. It's fun until someone loses an eye or blows a hand off. But, once that happens, fun time is over. Rumpus time is done.
Do you think these kids will ever pick up another firecracker ever again in their entire lives?
I don't know. If they were stupid enough to do it the first time around,
you might be stupid enough.
Maybe
to
the
do it
blind guy doesn't do it. Maybe maybe he'll not do it. But the guy with the half his hand blown off still has another hand to go.
You never know.
We got news coming up next to Rock 102. 8:34 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aquapump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The Southwick police need your help if you were near Feeding Hills Road Saturday night as they look for a driver who hit a traffic pole and a fire hydrant before fleeing. The only photo that they have is on their website in the story of that scene of Feeding Hills Road and Rebecca Lobo Way from around 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday night. If you have any information, the police are asking you to contact them immediately.
You know, I've met Rebecca. She's a lovely woman. I went to college with her husband.
Yeah.
This is not Rebecca Lobo Way. She would never hit a fire hydrant or a pole.
That's not her way.
It's not her way at all.
It is her way, but it's not her way.
It's the wrong way if you're trying to do it the Rebecca Lobo way.
Yeah. I don't know how anybody didn't see this. Like, didn't even witness it. It's between 9 and 11 at night. It's not like it's a non-busy area.
No, it's a very busy area.
But to knock over a light pole and to still continue driving, that takes. I am just gonna go out on a limb and say alcohol or drugs may have been involved in this.
You know,
maybe.
Steve, when you make those kinds of assumptions, you make an ass out of you and me. Any number of things could happen. 9 to 11 could have just fallen asleep at the wheel. May have had nothing to do with booze or alcohol.
Yeah.
Just could have been a little sleepy.
Just a little tiny sleepy. Just a little.
Your eyes are getting
dozed off.
Your eyelids are getting heavy. You're not paying attention. Maybe you're trying to, tune another song on the radio, and all of a sudden, boom! You hit one thing, and then you hit another. It's like one thing. It's one thing to hit one thing. To hit two things.
Two things is pretty good. Yeah, it's bad.
Rebecca Lobo would not approve of this.
State and what is it? Regulation height is the traffic light.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's 10 feet or what it is.
State and federal lawmakers are reacting to the news that an agreement has been reached whereby Mercy Medical Center and several of its affiliates and practices will be integrated into Bay State Health. Bay State Health. We would like to express our gratitude to Governor Healy, Congressman Richard Neal, Lieutenant Governor Driscoll, Springfield Mayor Dominic Sarno, Secretary Kiami Hana, Chief of Staff and Undersecretary Chris Harding, and our entire Western Massachusetts legislative delegation for their steadfast and unwavering support of this hospital partnership in Western Massachusetts.
Who is that?
That's collectively Bay State. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's not attributed to one person, but that's what it would sound like. Don't you give voices to your dog? Like, if your dog was a human, what would your dog sound like?
My dog would probably say, "I can't believe they've merged both hospitals."
It's not about that. It's about what your dog sounds like.
He's got a very deep bark, like a very, very deep bark,
like a woof.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like he's like the Barry White of dogs.
Woof. Oh, he's like, woof.
Oh baby,
oh baby.
What I wouldn't do to drink out of your toilet.
Woof. That's a nice leg you got there.
The writing should have been on the wall here. We've spoken to former employees of Mercy. When they were taken over by a managed care corporation, and there were failures to keep people, and there were failures in a hospital they managed in Connecticut. And then all of a sudden, Mercy tells everybody, "Hey, if you're pregnant, we don't cover that minor procedure here anymore. You'll have to go somewhere else." To me, that's kind of like the writing is on the wall that something was about to happen, and I don't know if this is good or if this is bad. I'm going to assume that if a hospital has to be absorbed, the other hospital in Springfield, it can't be entirely great. And I hope that this doesn't mean a continued shortage of staff and care, because, oh my gosh, it's already a nightmare trying to get care at either one of those hospitals now.
I was going to say something about this, and I can't remember now. oh, maybe Bay State will continue their predatory collective practices for the for your copay. Remember, I told you I had the copay I had to pay for the colonoscopy, and it hadn't even been like 3 weeks since the procedure.
Right.
I think I received maybe a bill that week, and then a call saying, if you don't pay this is going to collection on May. It was actually last year around this time. It's going to go to collection on May 1st.
Yeah, if you think your colonoscopy was an invasive procedure, wait do you see what happens when we send you to collections?
Do you know that they own the collection agency that they use?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Because it's not really a collection agency. It's just an extension of the billing department at Bay State Health.
But it's still
under a different name,
right?
Even though it's that's their sole thing is to collect the money for
so that they
bills.
don't actually send you to a real collection agent
yet.
Right.
I'm sure that it will happen,
of course,
if you continue to not pay the bill. But I'm like, this is how you're getting the shakedown of the person who had a procedure done.
That's right.
I understand, because there was something with that. There was another part of that story. I think that I was going to make a payment. I was going to make a payment. That's what it was. I did make a payment of like $300 out of the $1,200.
Right.
And I wound up paying the whole thing after they threatened me with, collection. And I'm like, it's $300. I'm giving you $300. I just had the procedure 3 weeks ago.
The issue probably was, and I don't agree with this. Had you called there and made a payment plan,
that's what she wanted to do.
Exactly.
And it was like tacking on extra fees to set up a payment plan. The whole thing is a scam, dude.
I'll tell you
what. The
whole
thing is a scam.
You want to get me to pay something on time? Threaten to put all the stuff you took out of me back in.
Yeah, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Make you wash? Like at a restaurant, they make you wash dishes.
Yeah.
Remember that was the old thing?
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. They just call the police.
I mean, it'd be a shame if all these colon pops, so somehow put back into you.
Would you like that? You know, to reattach those polyps we took out?
It's not that hard to put them back in.
An attempted carjacking. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to read this one. This one was kind of funny because this guy attempted to carjack a car and they scared the victim away who was sleeping in the car. He was in a parking lot. And then the guy ran away, and then the two guys tried to steal the car, and they realized, wait, the victim still has the keys on him. We can't take the car anywhere. So then they got arrested because they got caught because they tried to chase after the victim, but he had already left the premises.
Fucking dopes.
But this one out of Florida, of course. 2 teens were arrested Saturday following the release of a video showing one of them driving a lawnmower inside of a Target store. Police said 18-year-old Janik Sikardik arrived at the Target on Southwest College Road in Ocala, unloaded a lawnmower from a trailer, and drove it through the doors of the store, damaging them as he drove through. Meanwhile, 18-year-old Luke Charsky, who sounds like a dick.
Right.
Luke Charsky did it. It was Luke Charsky. Recorded
it was Luke Charsky's idea from the Giddy Up.
Recorded a video for social media. The last thing you expect to see is a Target, inside a Target is a lawnmower coming through the door, said Vanessa Scarlett, a witness. Vanessa Scarlett said she was inside the store when she began recording the incident as it unfolded. He drove right through the first door and shattered it. It was quite interesting. Scarlett, who said she did not know either teen, said she had started recording after realizing what was happening. Police said damage is still visible at the Target, where wood boards and broken glass now cover the damaged entrance. Investigators said the incident did not start at Target the night before. Skarzik allegedly used a leaf blower inside of a Culver's on Southwest College Road. These idiots with the stupid videos to get people to do that.
You know, I mean, I can see where this might seem like a really great idea until the very moment you smash through the glass doors of the Target.
You're causing damage to something that doesn't belong. Regardless of how you feel about corporations or whatever, damaging a business because you want to get clout on your YouTube video is not the way to do that.
I don't know if you've ever been to a Culver's, but if someone's walking into a Culver's and I'm having one of them delicious butter burgers.
Or the custard.
Oh, so good.
Dude,
and
it's
and
so
you got
good.
some guy with a leaf blower blowing my butter burger all over the place.
Yeah.
There's going to be problems.
There's going to be huge problems.
I'm going to throw down. That's what I'm going to do.
A funny prank I saw yesterday was a guy who got on an airplane. And, of course, like, who knows if these things are even real, but the guy gets on an airplane, and you know that front, like, the front of the airplane where it's got the wall before it gets to the door on the other side?
Sure.
He puts up a QR code that says free Wi-Fi on it. And the lady in front scans the QR code, and it's just a cat giving the middle finger. And she gets up, and she's like, who done that? Who done that?
Who's going to be upset about a cat with a middle finger?
Well, obviously, if somebody's scanning a QR code thinking she wasn't there in the seat when he did it. He was like one of the first people on the plane. He slaps this QR code, looks like it's real. She sits down, she scans the code looking for the free Wi-Fi, and there it is. There's the kitty cat with the middle finger sticking up. I thought that was pretty hilarious.
That is
that's a harmless
that's
prank.
harmless, yes, of course.
Yeah, somebody got agitated, but you didn't cause any damage.
I mean, if you're putting up a QR code that drains everybody's bank account on the plane, that's not cool. But a cat with a middle finger? Cats don't even have fingers. How awesome is that?
I was getting T-shirts made up with the QR code that takes you to the $20 dinner and a comedy show.
Dude, that is a great idea.
Yeah.
A great idea. And you could actually make like that, have you be like your profile picture on all the social medias.
Yeah.
Someone wants to go, all they got to do is scan your profile picture.
I think we're on to something here.
That's a cool idea.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be mix of sun and clouds with a high of 69 giggity. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 56 giggity. It's 52 giggity in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Hiya.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock, 8:53, and AC/DC with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 69 giggity. It's 52 in downtown Springfield.
Yeah, I was just doing the math a little while ago. Do you realize that half of $50 is $25?
First of all, I don't believe you for 1 second when you said, I was just doing the math.
I used a calculator, but but nevertheless, it's still me punching in the numbers. Anyway, Rock 102's got you all hooked up with half-off hops. Get a $50 gift card to some of the area's best craft breweries, including Great Awakening, Arc Point, Connecticut Valley, Soul Syndicate, Dudleytown, just $25. How they're doing it, I don't know. Not for me to ask. All I know is they're on sale now at the Shop 30 store at rock102.com. Trust us, they will go fast. It's half-off hops from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. By the way, tomorrow, Marty will be in here, filling in for you, and we will have Fitzy from TownieNews.com as our guest tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty exciting stuff.
Tomorrow at 8:05 will be Fitzy, and then you'll have Marty all day.
Yes.
I'm so sad I'm missing it.
Yeah, we'll be talking about you behind your back, but nevertheless.
I have to take the day off because I'm getting a hysterectomy. I'm having my uterus removed.
Steve's ovaries are acting up and needs to have them removed.
Are flaring up. No, I'm just taking the day off.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to ask. It's none of my business. You do what you do you, and Marty and I will do each other. Let me rephrase that. Marty and I will fill the show with all kinds of things.
You know, it's like the news stations. I don't even think they even do it anymore, but I also haven't watched like a full newscast.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, if the anchor is different,
yes,
than the normal anchor,
yes,
like if Barry Krieger had taken a day off and then they shove, I don't know, Teddemer in there.
Yeah.
Teddemer is like, I'm Rich Teddemer. Barry Krieger is off tonight. Then they don't explain why. But that would have been helpful. Barry Krieger is off tonight because he's getting a procedure done, a very private procedure. One where they have to go in through his groin area And, violating the HIPAA laws.
It would be violating HIPAA laws. If you told me he was having a procedure, I probably wouldn't believe you. But if you said to me, Barry's not coming in tonight, he's busy making egg salad or just bought too many rotisserie chickens at Costco, that's believable stuff.
He's getting Botox.
Barry gets the Brotox. That's what he gets. That's what Barry gets.
Yeah, but one of my favorite clips is an anchor doing that, but didn't. He didn't. He it was like a run-on sentence. Hi, I'm Gil Gilbertson, and Barry is off tonight. He was set on fire and lit in a trash can, and he just went right into the story, but it sounded like he was talking about the anchor.
He's talking about Barry. Yeah, there should have been a law. There should have been a pause after the punctuation.
It wasn't Barry. I'm just paraphrasing what the guy had said, but he was like, he's off tonight. He was set on fire and left for dead.
I mean, Barry's had his issues, with the fall and everything, and the hang gliding issue.
Yeah.
But he was never set on fire. It's just so Teddimer could fill in.
Yeah,
that never happened.
So I think we should maybe we should just be real with the people. What are you doing on your day off?
What, do you want to share what you're doing tomorrow?
No, absolutely.
Well, so how can you have it both ways, Steve?
Because it's my privacy. But I am very much a Mrs. Kravitz who wants to know what other people are up to.
All right, that's a little hypocritical, don't you think? That you want to know what everybody else is doing, but if someone asks about what Steve's got planned, it's nobody's business.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing anything.
No, I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's a double negative, Steve. That suggests that perhaps you are doing something, but for whatever reason, it's secret.
Listen, I picked up a second job. I'm selling solar panels in my neighborhood.
You going door to door?
Going door to door in a vest and an
electric surveying equipment. Looks like you're going to get busy right away.
And an electric scooter. And I'm like, hey, do you listen? Will you help a poor single dad supplement his income by buying solar panels? That is a complete scam because I'm driving around the neighborhood on an electric scooter with a tape measure and an orange vest.
Yeah, you're a 47-year-old man on an electric scooter. How sus does that seem?
By the way, somebody said that those people are scams. The ones that are going door to door.
Of course they are.
And they're basically checking out your property to see if you got any dirt bikes. And then there's one guy said on the Route 10 Tire Listen Line, happened to my neighbor. The guy came over the house, checking out his thing, and a week later his dirt bike was stolen.
I couldn't believe this kid got mouthy on me. Like, well, what do you mean you don't want solar? I don't want solar. Can I ask why? You're a guy walking door to door, asking me if I want solar, and that all of my neighbors are saying yes. You think I'm going to believe you and allow you to go into my home and case the joint? Get out of town.
The other distraction might be that person is having you at the front door. How many times have you seen that scheme where then they send two people in or another guy in behind your house to go into your house knowing that you're being thing and then start taking your valuables? You got to be careful out there.
Yeah. I don't trust anybody going to my front door.
Yeah.
For any reason.
Yeah, if somebody's coming up your driveway that is not part of a legitimate utility company.
Even the utility company I don't trust. When they say, oh, we got to switch out your water meter. The hell you do.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm
at
not
least
believing that.
They even let you know that they're probably going to be there. You know what I mean? Like, hey, there's a guy going around the neighborhood today. He's wearing this.
At this point, I don't even trust that.
Really?
I'm at the point now where you can't trust anybody. Trust me.
You trust me?
No. You won't even tell me what you're doing tomorrow.
Things. I'm doing things.
I'm just going to make stuff up tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do.
All right,
give people all kinds of false information.
Well, I told
It'll be a public embarrassment to you.
He's going in for a procedure on his penis.
All right. Well, that's what Marty and I are going to do.
He's getting the zoomies removed from the tip.
Oh, my God.
All right, there you go.
That's enough.
Yeah,
It's 9 o'clock
at the time.
on Rock 102.